the Bible. Let us listen to a very interesting story today where Joshua and his army fight against 5 Canaanite kings. Joshua asks the sun to stand still, and it does. The sun stands still. Joshua chapter 10. All this time, the Israelite camp was at Gilgal, close to where they had crossed the river Jordan. The nearest big city was Jerusalem, and the king of Jerusalem, Adonizedek, was getting very worried. He sent men to the kings of Hebron and Jarmuth and Lachish and Eglon, and they made an agreement to go together with all their forces to Gibeon and the city of the Gibeonites and try to separate the tribe from the Israelites. When the Gibeonites saw what was happening, they sent quickly to Joshua and asked him to remember their alliance and to come and help them. God gave Joshua a special message not to be afraid, for he would see to it that the enemies fall into the hands of the Israelites. In the dead of night, Joshua moved his forces from Gilgal to Gibeon. And at morning light, the enemies were terribly defeated at a place called Beth Horon. They fled in all directions. And there was even a terrible hailstorm which killed more of the fleeing soldiers than the Israelites had done. On that day, Joshua did a strange thing. He called out to the sun to stand still in the heavens so that they could deal with all their enemies before it became dark. Sun, stand still over Gibeon, and moon, over the valley of Eglon, he cried. And the sun and the moon did stand still. There never was a day, before or since, when God listened in that way to the voice of a man. The sun stayed in the middle of the sky and did not set as on a normal day. During the battle, the 5 kings escaped and hid in a cave at Makkedah. Joshua commanded, "Cover the opening of the cave with large rocks and put guards at the entrance to keep the kings inside. The rest of you continue chasing the enemy and don't give them a chance to get back to their own towns. The Lord has given you victory over them." The Israelites totally wiped out the 5 armies except for a tiny remnant that managed to reach their fortified towns. Then Joshua said, "Remove the rocks covering the opening of the cave and bring the 5 kings to me." Joshua told the commanders of his army, "Come and put your feet on the kings' necks. Be strong and courageous, for the Lord is going to do this to all of your enemies." The kings were then executed. Joshua then captured and destroyed the town of Makkedah. The Israelites went to capture the cities of Libnah, then Eglon, Hebron, and Debir, before returning victoriously to Gilgal. In that day, the power of the Canaanites was broken in the southern part of the land, and the Israelites could move in safely and turn northward as well, right up to Mount Hermon. All the kings of the Canaanites were put to death, their cities destroyed, and their people put to flight.